We bring you the latest updates from the Pna Newsroom. The Marcos administration plans to introduce the use of biofertilizers to farmers to reduce their dependence on expensive and imported petroleum-based fertilizers. President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., who also heads the Department of Agriculture, said farmers would undergo training on how to use biofertilizers. He said biofertilizers would be used as an alternative because of the high price of common fertilizers and concerns about their availability. He noted that biofertilizers can be produced and developed locally, and DA trials on biofertilizers have shown promising results. Marcos clarified that farmers could still use non-organic and petroleum-based fertilizers, especially urea.
Because it was brought to the fore, not only the price of fertilizer, but also the availability of fertilizer. So, ang dependence kasi natin is yung non-organic, essentially urea, yung petroleum-based. Kaya pinag-aralan ng DA kung nag-trials na kami, the biofertilizer, which can be produced locally here in the Philippines. Now, the tests that have come back, maganda naman. Although may slight increase sa yield, merong yung cost medyo pwedeng pa i-adjust na pababa, especially kung ma-produce na yan dito sa Pilipinas. Kayang-kaya daw dito i-produce sa Pilipinas yan. And furthermore, there are many technologies from UPLB, from the other SUCs, the agricultural colleges. Marami silang research na develop na technologies so yan sa biofertilizer.
Meanwhile, Marcos also proposed for the use of a detailed cropping calendar for the country's agricultural sector. He said this would ensure that agricultural imports would not harm local production. A cropping calendar is a schedule of the rice growing season from planting to harvesting and storage. Marcos sought more details from DA officials on the cyclical nature of crops in the Philippines to avoid importing products during the harvest season. Marcos also suggested changing the planting schedule in some areas to take advantage of the moving rainy season to benefit farmers. He, however, said the agricultural sector must also learn to adjust accordingly to the effects of climate change. In line with the directive of President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. to stabilize the prices of onions and help farmers, the Department of Agriculture, or DA, rolled out its direct market linkage support through the Agribusiness and Marketing Assistance Service, or AMAS. Under the strategy, the DA and its regional counterparts through the Agribusiness and Marketing Assistance Division will directly link food growers with market vendors and institutional buyers. The support included the use of Kadiwa delivery trucks to ease up problems in logistics and transportation. The DA AMAS and the DA Regional Field Office in Nueva Ecija said that they have provided logistical assistance to some multi-purpose cooperatives in the onion-producing municipality of Bongabon. From February 22nd to 24, over 4,200 kilograms of red onions and 610 kilograms of white onion were delivered to their respective markets. The market linkage activity, as well as transport and logistics support, form part of the interventions to ensure affordable food products in the market. The Philippines may generate around $150 million, or about 8.3 billion pesos worth of revenue from its initial durian exports to China next month. The country is set to export an initial volume of 50,000 metric tons of durian, mainly coming from the Davao region. Bureau of Plant Industry Director Officer in Charge Gerald Glenn Panganiban said the government may expand durian producing farms as producers comply with the Chinese government's requirements. He said the export volume is still subject to the actual production from durian producing areas. Panganiban said the country will submit audit videos this week. Besides China, the Philippines has been exporting durian to Hong Kong, Japan, Malaysia, Saudi Arabia, Singapore, Thailand, United Arab Emirates, and Vietnam. The Philippines and Malaysia are seen to reinvigorate their ties with the upcoming visit of Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim, according to the Department of Foreign Affairs. The DFA said both sides look forward to reconvening the Joint Commission meeting to build on areas of cooperation and to the visit of Anwar as an impetus to reinvigorate bilateral ties. In an earlier meeting, Foreign Affairs Secretary Enrique Manalo and his Malaysian counterpart, Foreign Minister Datu Seri Diraja Dr. Zamri Kadir, took note that bilateral trade remains strong between the two nations despite the pandemic. Manalo said he looked forward to intensifying economic ties with Malaysia as well as tourism exchanges as the world recovers from the global health emergency. Both countries also hope to enhance security cooperation and promote peace and stability in the region. Anwar is visiting the Philippines from March 1 to 2 and will be meeting with President Ferdinand Marcos Jr.
Happy 50th anniversary, PNA.
Happy 50th anniversary, Philippine News Agency, more power.
Happy 50th anniversary, Philippine News Agency. I am looking forward to more years in this organization.
And that is the latest and the biggest stories from the Pna Newsroom. For more news content, visit our webpage or head on to the Philippine News Agency's Facebook and Twitter accounts. We are also shown on the social media pages of the Presidential Communications Office and on Radio Pilipinas RP1. Stay tuned for more news updates. I am William Theo. We tell stories that inspire change. Good afternoon.